Good morning, evening, or whatever it is in your locale. We are out and about in Bertie, which is a T25 Volkswagen 1.9 DG engine, 1988 registered, in superlative white, with a mere 99,260 miles on the clock. And it's a corker. Let's talk about faults. There's a rust spot about the size of a 50p piece behind the front bumper. That mirror is faded. It's a beautiful view actually, isn't it? That mirror is faded. I think a pair of mirrors is about 15-20 quid, and it could do with the parcel shelf recovering, as the carpet's a little bit threadbare. But hey, what the heck, we can cope. That's about it. I can't find anything else. Mechanically, it seems to run absolutely beautifully. It was laid up for 7 years, but the man who laid it up was intelligent, so he started it up every week and drove it round the block in the private estate that they lived in. He stopped using it basically because his children grew up and they no longer wanted to go on holiday with them. It happens quite a lot actually. My wife has the same sort of feeling about going on holiday with me, I think, sometimes. What else can I tell you? The MOT was done about a month ago. It needed a hazard flasher relay and 2 wiper blades. I think that was it. It's a very straightforward old camper. Has full service history to warrant the 99,000 miles. 77,000 was the last one that's stamped in the book, but then there are service receipts since then which he kept, which are very straightforward and comprehensive, as well as lots of instruction manuals and past receipts and invoices and so forth. Just running along a main road is a bit boring because you don't really get to know that there's no crunching gears or anything like that, so we'll go a little back road and we can establish that. Ticks over so quietly, you really have to listen quite hard to know that the engine's running. Third gear. It's a 4-speed gearbox, which I prefer to a 5-speed gearbox because the 5-speed gearbox is a dogleg off to the left and back. The first is, and 5th is where 4th is, and it gets very confusing. But not only that, 1st is a low crawler gear, and 5th is only just a little bit taller as a ratio than the 4th gear in a 4-speed gearbox. So I question whether it's worth it. This guy's doing well, making little caravans. Very clever. Anyway, here we are, running along the Sussex lanes, enjoying ourselves. I've had quite a few of these, probably 3 a year for 15, 20 years or so. Crikey, have I really? At one point, I think it was almost a business. And I think this is probably one of the nicest I've had. Partly because of the low mileage, but they do stand mileage quite well. I tend to cut off at 160,000. But also because, I mean, the door bottoms and the door shuts and the sliding door bottom and the rear door are all original and proper and correct. Haven't been molested or played with. The steps are good. The tyres are all evenly worn and nice and matching front and rear. I think all it needs is a home that's going to use it. I bought it thinking that I would use it, but actually I've spent so much time fiddling with our bay window that I haven't been out at all, and quite like to get the funds in to finish that off. There we go. A few more people. Well timed, sir. Thank you. Bit grumpy, but there you go. nothing to be grumpy about on a day like this. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Here you have Bertie.